Hi there, it's Aydin Kurt-Elli here and Richard Morrell, CTO of Lumison, here to talk about unified communications and how we've deployed it here in Lumison for our customers. Hi there, Richard.
Hi.
Unified communications, do you think you can maybe give us a few pointers in terms of what it means and what it's all about?
Yeah, sure. Well, unified communications is just essentially bringing together different forms of communications at its base level. So you've got the things that you use all day, like phones, emails, some people use instant messaging as well, and bringing those all together with stuff like video as well, and combining them all into kind of a single platform. So that's essentially what unified comms is. It's bringing together lots of disparate things that you've been using for a long time now, combining them together, but also adding some new things as well.
Fantastic. And in the market, people refer to unified communications and they mean different things, usually because they're using different platforms to deliver it.
That's exactly it, yes.
Yeah, so the spread would include instant messaging, email, voice, video.
Desktop sharing as well.
Desktop sharing, forgot about that. And are there possibilities of customers being presented unified communications that don't include elements of that? Does that make it any less valid?
I mean, strictly speaking, anything that combines even two of those things is unified comms. So it's something that combines, say, your telephony with your email, for example, would be considered. So if you're currently getting your voicemail by email right now, that's unified comms. So yes, it's very difficult to find one platform that covers all the areas completely. And some people may say this is a unified solution, which it is because it covers more than one area, but you have to work out for your business whether you've got all the things that you need and whether you're happy maybe having one or two things outside that kind of unified comms bubble, or you want to have everything in one place.
Brilliant. So there's nothing wrong with providers out there referring to unified comms but only meaning one or two of these things. It's just a question of our customers understanding what they need as a business and picking the solution that fits those needs best.
Yes, well, we're using a Microsoft Office Communication Server. We're using the latest version of that, which is 2007 R2. We're also virtualizing that as well, which means that we can get the costs down in terms of the admin time, the overhead in running the servers, all the usual benefits you get from doing virtualization. I'm sure a lot of people out there are doing virtualization already, so know all those kind of savings that you can get from doing that as well. We're using that to provide a full unified comms package. So from that, there's integration with our Exchange product, our Managed Exchange for email. So an email, for example, you can see whether the person sent you the email is around and able to talk to you about it, or take a phone call, or IM. There's integration with instant messaging as well, and not just the instant messaging that you might be used to just now, whether it be Internet Relay Chat or MSN Messenger and all those kind of things, which are essentially unencrypted IM platforms where everything you type goes across the internet and comes back again, and there's no security there. With the Lumison OCS IM, there's full encryption of that, so it's all fairly secure. And there's also logging as well, both at the server level, and you can also, if you've got Outlook and Exchange integration, you can also log the conversations in your Outlook as well. So you can just refer to them and search through them like you would do with any email.
So it ticks the compliance boxes for companies that are wanting to move to a sort of a better collaboration platform, but they have certain compliance requirements, like in the financial services space or legal and the like.
Yes, but also for people who, I don't know about you, but I sometimes forget what I said 5 minutes ago, or 5 days ago, or 5 months ago, and it's really useful with the instant messaging platform we have to be able just to go into your Outlook, just like you would do looking for an email, and say, all right, I had a conversation about unified comms last week with Aydin. Let's go and search for that unified comms, and up it comes in my conversation history, just like it would do with email.
You're generally trying to say, remind Aydin of what he said to you last week, is that right?
Well, remind myself as much as anybody else, but yeah. It just means that you can treat it, the IM stuff, almost like email, in that you've got that capability to go back and look yourself. Plus, like you said, the company, if they are concerned about what people are saying from a compliance point of view, or people are kind of bad about keeping their own data, and you need to go back and have a look because somebody somewhere said they said something and forgot, and then you can go back and look on the server as well, so you're not relying on it being just in people's inboxes, it's on the server as well.
Fantastic. And you mentioned virtualization. For the technical members of the audience, usually OCS takes quite a lot of boxes to deploy, doesn't it? So
yes.
Virtualization has yielded some real results in this case, hasn't it?
Well, when we first started looking at OCS, it was about 10 boxes altogether, because for all the different roles and things like that, which is fair enough, because there's all these different things happening and all these different functions. But Microsoft, as part of 2007 R2, really kind of managed to, they worked really hard on combining roles together. Right. So they got that down from, say, 10 boxes to do most of the thing, down to about 4 key boxes in order to do sort of 99% of the functionality. And on top of that, they've said that certain roles can be virtualized as well. So we've taken that to the next level as well in terms of making sure that the whole thing is virtualized.
So we're really flattening down both the cost and the carbon footprint associated with the platform.
Yes, and also administration as well. As people know, that a lot of the trouble with servers is running around kind of feeding, washing them, all the rest of it as well. So from that point of view, in terms of provisioning them as well, we can provision on virtual hardware rather than having to go install boxes, which reduces our lead times and therefore reduces our cost to the customer.
Fantastic. And I mean, it sounds like it's an all-singing, all-dancing panacea to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably there are some customers that unified comms, or in this case OCS, is not appropriate for.
Yes, well, I mean, OCS, we've not really touched on the voice and the video side of things as well, because obviously, as a unified platform that covers all sort of media, there's also voice and video capability as well, so you can make phone calls, both to people on OCS and to the PSTN through our interconnect with BT on the 21st Century Network there. They can also make video calls as well, either person-to-person calls from your desktop, so if you've got a webcam on your laptop, you can have a quick video conference with somebody in the same way that you would do with a phone call. You can also do video conferencing calls as well, where you have multiple sites. We just came off one where we had 3 people from different sites just now.
That's right, yeah.
And that's not limited at all. You can have as many people as you like in that, and it just flicks the video to whoever's talking at the time, so you can always see who's talking. And on top of that as well, we do desktop sharing. So the desktop sharing capability allows us to present PowerPoint slides, to share desktops, spreadsheets, all kinds of media.
You can even hand control the desktop to somebody else as well, can't you?
Yes.
And it's not that these products are not available elsewhere, it's just in some respects it's quite exciting that it's available under one roof, so there's not multiple pieces of software to support.
Yeah, and that comes back to what we were talking about at the start, where it's unified comms. Is how far does it go? Well, with OCS it goes pretty far, as in it covers pretty much everything you'd want to do in terms of communication mediums. You've got the email, you've got desktop sharing, you've got the video, the voice, IM presence, which again we've not really touched on much at all, which is the ability to see whether anybody's around and able to take calls. So it's great for people who either have multiple sites like we do, because we've got 3 different sites, and it's good to be able to see, well, I see Jack's down in London just now, but he's available to take a call, brilliant, I'll give him a call just now, or he's out of the office just now, right, okay, I'll wait until he gets back, or I'll send him an email, and he can read it tonight when he's on his iPhone. So from that point of view, it just lets you work out who's available and what they're available for as well, because there's all these different communication methods now, email, phone, video conference, and OCS presence allows you to see if they're available to do these things. And on top of that, there's also the home workers as well. We have quite a few home workers that are, you know, we can have 2 or 3 people out of the office at any one time working from home. It's great to be able to, just in the same way that they are in the office, say, all right, he's available or she's available for a conference call, let's go and do this now, as opposed to, oh, we'll just have to wait until they get back.
So kind of a way of enabling flexible working.
Exactly.
And getting people to feel like they're still part of the office environment, even if they're not, essentially.
And that also feeds into the carbon footprint as well, because from that point of view, having people work from home obviously reduces their travelling time and also their carbon footprint from the commute. So having them still being able to take part in all the office stuff, usually because you can see from a glance whether they're there or not, just means that whole carbon footprint kind of thing comes into play, not only for the fact that we're using virtualization, but also for the commute that people don't have to do because they can work from home today.
So it all sounds really exciting, and I don't mean to stomp all over it, but presumably there are some customers that this is not appropriate for, or maybe
well, that's why I started that conversation with voice,
right.
because while the PBX functionality of OCS is good, it covers a lot of things, there's still certain features that it doesn't cover. It's simple things like call pickup it doesn't do. There's also sort of something with the call center features, excuse me, with the hunting and stuff that is fairly limited. So it can do some of the PBX stuff, and if you're a small office and you have a simple hunt group, OCS can do that no problem at all. But if you're a call centre or you're a large office that makes a large number of outbound calls or inbound calls for that matter, then you probably want to think about something like our IPBX platform, which has all those features and functionality covered off. Essentially, OCS is the sort of jack of all trades. It covers absolutely everything, and it is master of quite a few things as well as being the jack of all things. But in terms of the call processing and high volumes of calls and call setups that are maybe slightly more off the beaten track, IVR is another one, interactive voice response, where if there's a complicated setup there as well with multiple entries and things like that, you probably want to look at the IPBX functionality.
So looking at a hosted telephony platform that's more geared around just voice, rather than something that's trying to encompass a whole bunch of other stuff.
And the other thing is you're not limited to one or t'other. You can combine the best of both. So if you're saying, oh, I'm a call centre, but I need to have presence, for example, to see how many of my agents are available, especially if your agents are remote as well, say they're all home workers and they're all on the back of broadband, and you're using IPBX to get the calls into them, brilliant. But you need to know how many of your agents are available just now to take calls to make sure that you've got the right number of people. OCS can show you presence information as well. So you can combine the two You can also do the training, for example, for your remote workers using the live meeting stuff, because you can present your slides and have them all call into the voice conferences for that. So it's not one or t'other, it's just that the IPVX is certainly focused around delivering high-end sort of voice services, whereas the OCS has everything in it, and it's great for maybe the agile business that wants to flip between voice, video, IM, or just wants to have them all available so that they're not limited in the ways that they communicate.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, look, thanks very much for a brief intro to OCS. If anyone's interested in more details, please visit our website, www.lumison.net. There are PDFs to download, and of course you can contact us if you fancy a live demo. There's nothing better than tasting the pudding, as it were. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks.